Welcome to the virtual race brief for the Manchester to Liverpool Ultra Marathon. My name is Wayne Drinkwater and I am the Event Director at GB Ultras, and today we're just going to talk you through some of the key points that you may need to know come race day. The start location for the Manchester Liverpool Ultra Marathon is at the Piazza at Media City, and that is beside the BBC and ITV studios. The event takes place on Good Friday and race registration is open either on a Thursday evening from 5:30 p.m. till 9 p.m. for bib number collection, or it's available on race day morning from 4:15 a.m. until 5:30 a.m. where you can collect your bib number and your GB race tracker. The GB race tracker must only be collected on race day morning, so even if you've registered on a Thursday and picked up your bib number, you still need to collect your tracker on race day morning. At race registration, you'll collect your race number and a drop bag label. You have the option of handing in a drop bag which can be taken from the start venue to the finish venue to be waiting for you there. Your drop bag may contain some warm, dry change of clothes for the end of the race. You should attach your drop bag label to your drop bag and that will have your bib number on it. Please hand in your drop bag at race registration at the dedicated baggage zone. This is available on race day morning only. The GB race tracker is already switched on, so there's no action that you need to take other than to secure it to your pack and get ready to start the race. At Media City, there's a range of multi-storey 24-hour car parks that are available which are pay and display. There's also an option of leaving your vehicle in Liverpool prior to the event and getting onto the pre-booked coach transport, which will take runners from Aintree in Liverpool to the start venue at Media City, so that when you have ran the race, you have your vehicle there ready and waiting. If you have pre-booked the coach transport, then you'll be parking your vehicle pre-race at North End Sports and Social Club. Please do a little bit of research here online. It is a bit of a concealed entrance. It's also known as the Railway Club. As you leave your vehicle at North End Sports and Social Club, you exit the venue via the car park. If you turn right as it meets Melling Road, walk down around about 100 metres, and on your left-hand side, there's almost the fence of the back of Aintree Racecourse. The coach will be waiting for you there. It will be leaving at 4 a.m. sharp, with an expected arrival time of 45 minutes to 1 hour to get to the Manchester venue. The Manchester Liverpool Ultra Marathon starts at 6 a.m. sharp. Before the race starts, you just need to check that you've done the following. Number 1, that you've got your bib number. Number 2, that you've handed in your drop bag if you've got one. Number 3, you've collected your tracker. Please ensure that your bib number is worn on your front at all times during the race. If the bib number's on your front and there's an issue with your tracker, then you're more easily identifiable for the checkpoint team. If the bib number's on the back of your pack, then we might not see your number. Support teams are very welcome at the event, but please abide by checkpoint restrictions and parking limitations. Please ask family and friends to respect decisions by the event team, and no forms of abuse will be tolerated. No paces are permitted during the Manchester Liverpool Ultra Marathon. We want the event to be run fairly across the board on an equal playing field for all participants. Only those wearing a bib number should be running beside you. No non-participants should be running sections of the race with you. Time penalties may be actioned. Runners must also carry their own mantry kit throughout the race. When you start the race, you will be leaving the Piazza and you will head over the footbridge and over the Manchester Ship Canal, and you will be directed to turn left. You'll be passing by the Imperial War Museum as well as Coronation Street Studios. You'll then follow the walkway as directed by race markings and marshals. This year we'll have a short diversion in place for runners to pass under the main road rather than crossing the road. You'll then join the Bridgewater Canal and pass by Manchester United Football Club. There will be marshals in position, particularly at the beginning of the race, just to make sure that everybody stays on track. You'll be on the Bridgewater Canal for a couple of miles, and this will then lead you onto the next trail, the Trans-Pennine Trail, which will make up the rest of the route. There'll be a marshal in position to direct runners off the canal and join onto the Trans-Pennine Trail. Please be aware that other trail users have got just as much right to be on the trail as you do. Please respect other users and run to one side of the trail rather than in the middle of the trail. We'll be marking the race route in the lead up to the race with red biodegradable tape at 20 to 30 metre intervals. If there is any junctions or turns, then you'll also find a number of these in place, just to give you that added confidence that you're on the route itself. We'll also be using laminated arrow signs throughout the race route. And on the back end of the race, the last 8 miles, we'll be using reflective tape to help keep you on track should it get dark. If you have ordered one of the 100% recycled optional finisher tech tees for the Manchester Liverpool Ultra Marathon, please collect at race registration prior to the event. Pop it in your drop bag. You'll also have the option of purchasing some GB Ultras merchandise, hoodies, tech tees, as well as vests at the finishing area as well as the start area. By now you should have watched the Mantra Kit video by Laura Yates, one of the race director team at GB Ultras. You should be carrying the Mantra Kit at all times for the event itself. The Mantra Kit is the minimum standard kit that you need to carry. If you are found not to be carrying it at random kit checks or at the finish line, then time penalties will be imposed. This is the minimum standard of kit. You may decide that you wish to carry extra kit, such as an extra base layer, extra socks, extra nutrition, absolutely fine, but this is the minimum standard kit, the Mantra Kit, the essential kit that you have to carry for your own safety. The most up-to-date GPX for the race itself is on the website gbultras.com, and if you head onto the event race page and scroll down the page, you'll find the option to download the GPX in the lead up to the event. When we're rechecking the route again, we'll be marking the route and we'll be updating our participants if there's any changes, any diversions along the way. The local authorities are always in touch with ourselves, along with landowners, and sometimes there's urgent works where diversion might need to be put into place. The M2L route is hard packed and firm underfoot for largely most of the race, so we would really recommend road trainers to be the most suitable footwear for the event. We also want to ensure that there's no litter from race participants and no trace left from the event. So when you have any snacks or food during the event, please ensure that any litter that you have is secure in your pocket or your pack until you get to a checkpoint where you can put it into one of the bins provided. Please make sure that when you're taking your phone out of your pack or anything else out of your pack, that you don't inadvertently drop some litter. Or if you do see something else lying on the floor that has been dropped by possibly another runner, please do pick it up and pop it into one of the bins when you reach the checkpoint. Checkpoint locations for the Manchester Liverpool Ultramarathon. Checkpoint 1 is at Charlton Water Park, approximately 6 miles into the race itself. Support teams are welcome at the checkpoint. There is a car park nearby to the race route. There's also toilets for participants and support teams at that car park. Checkpoint 2 is at Dunham Massey, and that is approximately 15 miles into the race. No support teams are permitted here due to insufficient parking and a busy road crossing. There's also toilets for participants only at that checkpoint. Checkpoint 3 is at Latchford Locks in Warrington, and that is at 22 miles into the M2L. Support teams are also welcome. Please do not block access or egress to the checkpoint. We might need it in case of emergency. There are toilets at that checkpoint as well, but again, these are just for participants. Checkpoint 4 is at Spike Island, which is 32 miles into the race. Support teams are welcome at Spike Island, and toilets are available for participants only. Checkpoint 5 is at Alderfield Drive, and that is at Speke in Liverpool, and that is 38 miles into the race. Support teams are welcome, just be careful because it is a bit of a road crossing there as well. Checkpoint 6 is at Broad Green in Liverpool, which is 44 miles into the race. Support teams are again welcome at that checkpoint. There's toilet facilities at the start location and at the finish, and there's toilet facilities at the first 4 checkpoints of the race itself. So checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2, checkpoint 3 and checkpoint 4. When you look at the Mantra Kit video for the race, you'll also notice on there that GB Ultra's events are plastic cup-free events, so don't forget to bring your own cup for the race. This leads on to the emergency instructions for the Manchester to Liverpool Ultramarathon. Only in an emergency where there's a risk to life or limb, please follow these instructions. Number 1, please ensure that you use any spare clothing to keep warm and use your foil blanket, which is part of your Mantra Kit. Number 2, trigger the SOS button on the front of your tracker. Just on the front, underneath the race tracker logo, there is an SOS button. Hold it down gently for approximately 3 seconds, and that will alert Race HQ that there is an emergency. That is no substitute to speaking to Race HQ on the phone. Number 3, please call 999 and ask for an ambulance if there is a risk to life or limb. Number 4, please call Race HQ to inform them. Number 5, please get the attention of fellow runners or passers-by by using your whistle or shouting. This now completes the virtual race brief for the Manchester Liverpool Ultramarathon. Thanks so much for watching. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email the team at events@gbultras.com and we'll be happy to help. If it is race week and we might be out marking the routes or setting up at the event, or even if it's 1 or 2 days before the event, we can't guarantee that you'll get a reply. Thanks so much for watching, and we look forward to welcoming you to Manchester Liverpool Ultramarathon on race day.